to the computer and let's share the screen. Right, guys. Cool. So as I mentioned before, this is going to be slightly different. We haven't done a call like this before, and I think it's definitely needed. A lot of you guys need to hear this information. So please take notes. If you have any questions as well, we can obviously go into that as well. All right. Cool. I think I've started off great by spelling it wrong. All right. Cool. So right. Cool, guys. So, intro into investing psychology, all right? 98% of making money in the markets is down to psychology, guys. Okay. A lot of you have joined this industry and you're brand new. You are now investors. We have come from an employee background, guys, which means we attach making money with time. So we attach the fact that we're working a certain amount of hours per hour for an hourly wage. When I say to people, what money do you make? The first answer they give me is I'm on £12 an hour. I was talking weekly, monthly, yearly, like what, how much money do you make? Straight away, they say I make a certain amount per time or per the hour, right? Not realizing that you are now an investor. And when it comes to investing, guys, it is 98, maybe 99% down to psychology, which means how we see, how we feel, how we experience the trauma, the bad, the good, how we feel to more towards money. Okay. It's down to your emotional control and your intelligence, your emotional intelligence. I do not have a high IQ. I didn't do very well in school. I don't have a high IQ. You can't actually change your IQ. So if you're dumb, you're dumb. And if you're a genius, you're a genius. Fantastic. But each person that has a high IQ and each person that has a low IQ, you have the ability to improve your emotional intelligence. Okay. Every trader faces emotional hurdles, most losses, and you guys are going to relate to what it is I'm saying. And I've been there, right? Most losses are not because of poor strategies, guys, but because of poor executions due to emotions. Okay. Most losses are not because of strategies, guys. It's not because of kill shot. It's not because of Chenwave. It's not because of Jason Bonham. It's not because of Toyosi. It's not because of me. It's because of poor execution due to emotions. Good psychology helps you follow your plan and avoid impulsive decisions. The reason why I love trading, guys, when I first started, is because it exposed me. It exposed nothing, no one or nothing on this world can or will ever expose me the way that trading has. Drop a one if you guys understand what I'm saying. I didn't realize I was this greedy. I didn't realize I was this emotional. I didn't realize that money meant this much to me. And I always say to some people when you join the business, right? Just to test, if I give me your £10 note, burn it. Not many of you would be able to burn a £10 note. And I'm not saying that from a point of like, you appreciate money, that's fine. But none of you on this call, most of you on this call could not burn a £10 note. But you expect to make millions. You expect to make six figures, but you can't burn a £10 note. That's because you're emotionally attached. And this is actually deep rooted, guys. If, for example, this is not this is not my opinion, this is not my belief. But if your ancestors prior, parents, grandparents, great grandparents, if they had an emotional experience with money, guess what? You're unfortunately carrying that trauma. If it's not healed, if it's not been blocked out, you have an emotional attachment. You have a money blockage within your lineage. Okay? This is not my opinion, guys. This is facts. Like, if you look into deep information about our DNAs, etc., you probably have some sort of trauma when it comes down to money. Especially if you're not from, let's just say if you're from the Caribbean or certain African countries, you definitely have a trauma when it comes to making money. So really and truly, cut a long story short, guys, we are not meant to win within this market. We're not meant to win within this market. The way we're programmed is actually the opposite to how you need to win. So when I come into this, and when you guys come into this, you're thinking, why do we need to jump on so many mindset calls? Why do I need to read a book? Why do I need to listen to audios? What I did is I underestimated how important mindset was. I just come in, I said that I want to make money in trading. I just want to copy here, copy this trader, copy that trader, put in a few money. You can't make significant amount of money, guys, without solving these problems. And the problems you guys are feeling or facing at the moment, the first one is fear. Okay? You're fearful. Scared money does not make any money. No risk, no Rari. That's what I was told. That doesn't mean risk your whole account, but take some sort, you have to take some sort of risk. Like you have to. Either way, you're going to learn from it. You're going to have wisdom or you're going to reap the rewards. Okay. But most people, your fear of losing, fear of missing out, FOMO. All right. So some people, we hit TP1, then some people are in the chat saying, should we enter? Why on earth would you enter when we just hit TP1? FOMO, you missed out. All you need to realize is that you need to wait for the next trade. So if you miss a train, anyone that has caught a train in their life, if you come down the stairs and your train has gone, do you get on the train tracks and run after your train? Drop a one if you do and drop a two if you don't. Drop a one if you've ever chased down a train. Has anyone ever chased down a train on this call? I know there's one madman that chased down a train, right? You chase down the Piccadilly line or Elizabeth line or whatever it may be, right? It's because of FOMO. So if we wouldn't chase a train, I've definitely chased a bus in my time. I'm not going to say a bus, but if you wouldn't chase a train, why would you chase a trade? It's the same concept, right? Fear causes hesitation, premature exits, right? Or no trades at all. So you got the person that might be really, really eager to enter, right? Last week I took a trade, guys. It was a rookie mistake. It was an amateur mistake. I was trying to, and this is where sometimes I don't like sending out trades because I want to make you guys money, but sometimes the trade's not ready to be able to, like a trade's not ready, and only maybe Toyosi or whoever sends out trades understands. I'm on the charts thinking, okay, no trades have come out from our educators. Let's try and put some trades into the chat for the newbies or people that want to make money. These times there's no trades. So I've forced the trades and we end up losing where simply the Bitcoin trade last week, all that happened was the money was given to the taken by the impatient, their money was taken and the money was given to the patient. That's all this game is when it comes to trading, is it waits for the eager beavers to get in. And then all of a sudden it takes everyone's money, right? And then it gives it to the patient. And you're just like, if I was just waited, if I would have just waited 5, 10 minutes, I would have been on the right end of it. Okay. Number two, the problem you have is greedy. You're too damn greedy. Humans are greedy. You always want more. Always want more. And that's why you should never just chase money in life because you just end up insane. You end up taking drugs. You end up doing certain things. You become suicidal, right? Because you're too greedy, right? What we do is we hold on to winnings too long, over trading, over risking, recklessly. Like there's no need for it. You work 8 hours a day for your £100. You work 9 hours a day for your £150. You made it in an hour and you had the audacity to go and trade again. How dare you? How greedy. Everyone put in the chat, how greedy? How greedy? How greedy? You should lose your job because of that. How greedy, right? Number three, impatience. I just spoke about it. You're jumping into trades without confirmation, not waiting for the setups. The amount of people, right, that you just get in a trade, and it's so funny, right? I speak to newbies, right? And I say to them, like, why did you get in a trade? And they try to come on some guru, like, oh, it came down to this line, and then the candle closed, and then it went to this line. Bro, you've been in 2 weeks. What are you talking about? You've been in a month. What are you trying to do? Teach me. Like you have no confirmations. You have no setup. How can you have no confirmations? And you're talking about you're a trader and you know this and you can't break it down to me why you got in. You just know it went down and you want it to go back up. I see it all the time, right? When as a matter of fact, our educators they have buy limits or sell limits, which means they're waiting for price to come towards us. You have to wait for it. You have to attract a price. Same way in life, guys. You have to attract what you want in life. You can't chase life. You can't chase money. Now money just flows to me in abundance through multiple streams of income on a daily basis. I don't chase money. It attracts. We attract money. We attract the market. The same mindset you need to have. There's enough money in the market, guys. Like the money's not going anywhere. Like you're not gonna lose out. And what you'll come to find, guys, is that 97%, write this down. This is a fact. 97% of people in the markets lose money on a daily basis. So if you have not taken a trade today, you're part of the 3%. If you've made money today and you're profitable, you are part of the 3%. Be grateful, take your money and bounce. Okay, at the end, I'm going to give you guys a game plan. Please stay until the end if you can. I'm going to give you guys a game plan of what I want you to start doing. And I don't wish I was told this because else I wouldn't be able to tell you guys this now. But if someone would have told me this at the start, I could have saved myself a lot of time a lot of energy, a lot of pain, right? By someone just telling me this at the start. Okay. Next, we have overconfidence. This is now when you now are in a winning streak, right? I think Kevin in the chat, he was very, very transparent, right? Where how the fact that he was on a winning streak and you now think you own gold, you now own BTC, you now own MT5, you own trading, you're that guy. I have never been more humbled by the markets in my life. I've been bullied, wrapped, rushed, run over, reverse back when it comes to trading because you are not in control. And a lot of people that have big egos, a lot of big people that have big pride, it's going to be a hard one to swallow, guys. But you're not in control on a $7 trillion market with a £700 account. I'm sorry. Okay. But now you're overconfident. Now you don't need to put a stop loss because the last time you it went well. So you don't need to put a stop loss now. Right? Or it hit TP, so now you're going to over leverage this trade. Isn't it funny how every single time you keep correct risk management, or you go below your risk management, as in like you lower your risk, the trade plays out wonderful. But as soon as you over leverage, that's the trade that goes left. Can anyone relate? Drop a one if you can relate to what I'm saying. I don't know if it's just me, but I know every time I used to over leverage, right, it went left. But when I reduced it and when I kept correct risk management, it went to TP1, 2, and 3. I was thinking, God damn, if I would have put another zero at the end, then what? And I'll tell you why, guys, because how the markets worked, right? You can call it rigged, Archie. That's why we're not meant to be in this game. Like we're not meant to be in this party. So the fact we're in this party, let's just be grateful. But it's rigged in the fact that every 10 trades that you may take within the market, you could have the exact same setup, right? So when I do my confirmations and I do my analysis, I could have the exact same setup, all right, on my charts. But there may be one or two or three, depending on your strategy. I'd say my strategy personally is around a 7 out of 10, which means I could have the exact same strategy every single trade, the exact same lineup, but the 3 times that I executed was not the time the market was meant to go my way. Does it mean I don't know how to trade? No. Does it mean my strategy doesn't work? No. Does it mean I'm not a confident trader? No. That's just the markets. I understand that's how it works. Does that make sense? So when trades go left and it goes right, well, Eric Lucas loses. Do you think Eric Lucas is a bad trader? No. Do you think he don't know how to trade? No. That's just how the markets are. Okay, number 5, revenge trading. This is a big one, right? I've blown, God knows, right? But it's when you're now trying to win back after emotionally losing. This ends to the worst losses ever. Drop a 2 if you can relate. If you know about revenge trading, right? You try to win back your losses and you lose everything and more. If you would have just been emotionally intelligent, put your phone down, go and make a sandwich, right? Go to the gym, go and do something. Now you've lost even more, right? And the last one, which I see a lot of people do as well, and I've got actually a few like friends and people that I know outside of this business that are stuck in this where they think they need to do more analysis to make money. They think they need to do more chart hours. I'm telling you guys now, does anyone know how many hours it takes to master any sort of skill? How many hours does it take to master any skill? 10,000, right? I personally believe with trading, I'd say I'd say 3,000 hours could probably go into chart work and 7,000 hours goes into mastering yourself. Some people get it mixed up and they maybe give 100 hours or 1,000 hours to mastering themselves and mastering their mindset, mastering their emotions, and they put 9,000 hours into the charts. The charts is not the problem. It took me 2.5 years to realize the charts is not the problem. GFU is not the problem. The currencies you're trading is not the problem. I was the problem the whole time. The way I thought, the way I saw myself, the way I saw money, the way I handled money, my emotional attachment to money. I am the problem. And this is where in today's day and age, no one likes to take accountability. They like to blame, 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 blame. But when you was winning last week, no one wanted to point fingers. It's funny that. When you was winning, it was all, yeah, it was me. I took the trade. I got banging entry. But when it goes left, no, it's your fault. No, it's always your fault, guys. In life, it's always your fault. Good, bad, ugly. Okay? Cool. Role of emotions. Okay, why emotions matter. Trading triggers the same fight and flight mode responses to physical danger. Guys, we have come from cavemen, right? We've evolved over the years. The human race has evolved. The same emotions you guys feel when you're in drawdown is the same emotions you may feel when you're in a fight or you're about to get tacked or you're scared. So you don't think logically, right? Your prefrontal cortex is your logical mind. As soon as you go in drawdown, as soon as it goes left, it gets overridden by your emotional mind. I'm not even going to try and say that word, Amy Glarda, whatever it is, right? But your logical mind, when you first go into the trade, you're logical. You're in drawdown, you now turn stupid. You're now emotional. You're now praying. You're now blowing on the screen. You're now texting in the group chat. What are we all doing? Are we jumping off the ship or are we staying on the ship? What are you doing, guys? Right? This picture here is everything you need to know about the markets. You will never ask a question about getting in that TP1 again when you see this chart here. All right. So if you guys look at the bottom, right, you get in a trade. It goes into a little bit of drawdown. You're in now disbelief. Okay. You're now asking, guys, are we getting out this trade? What are we doing? It's hovering, whatever it may be. You then go into profit. You now become hopeful. Okay. You send in your screenshot. Oh, it's flying, whatever it may be. Okay. You now get optimistic, where you're seeing numbers that you didn't realize that you could see before in the day from your phone. Okay. You now hit this TP1. You just made good money. You take the next trade. Now your belief system, right, is one where you know what, I can really make money from this opportunity. But because I hit TP1 last time and it went so well, this time I'm going to over leverage, right? Because I'm at the thrill stage, right? Where I'm going to go and tell everyone to buy. All right. Everybody get in now. It's going to go up. It has to go up. I did it before. It's going to go up before. So many people, and this goes for crypto as well. I got suckered in the 2020 crypto run because of this chart. I had the opportunity to buy many BTCs at $3,000. I didn't know what on earth it was. Why on earth was I buying it at 50K? Right? Because I was at the euphoria stage where now I'm a genius. I'm the first one to know about crypto. I'm the first one to know about Bitcoin. This is going to the moon. All now, no moon. Years later, no moon has ever come. Okay. And if I'm going to show you guys how the charts actually represent what's it called? This chart, right? Once you understand this chart, guys, you're not going to do stupid things when it comes to the market because you know how they work. You know how it works. Okay. So if I show you guys, let's just show you BTC, for example, right? What screen can you guys see? One sec. You should be able to see this screen. Um, right. Very, very quickly, right? Cool. Right, let's get rid of this. Okay, cool. Right. So let's try and zoom in. Oops. Let's try and zoom into this. Right, you guys can see that. Let's get rid of this as well. Let's just see BTC. Let's just clear this out. Right. Can you guys see how this exact picture here is the exact same picture over here? So most people, when Bitcoin went to 54K, they thought, oh my days, it's going all the way up. Little did they know that you now got complacency. Okay, you didn't take your money. You're now complacent. All right, we're just going to wait and it's going to go higher again. You now lost maybe half your profit and you're now at the anxiety stage. Where am I getting margin calls? This dip is taking longer than I expected. Who's heard of buy the dip? Buy the dip, right? That was rinsed in 2020. Everybody bought the dip. No one bought any more after that. Denial, right? You are now adamant this has to go up because you was already up 10K. You was already up £1,000. You're now at £200 on your account, but this has to go up because it was already 10K. You now go down here. You're now at panic, right? Oh my days, should I get out the trade? It's nearly at break even. It's nearly at my entry. Should I get out the trade? Little do you know, the cycle is just about to happen again. You're now right at the bottom. You're thinking, oh my days, this is going to keep going down. I'm so happy I got out, or I got out early, or whatever it is. I'm broke even. I didn't take my profits. This Michael, the cycle does the exact same thing over and over again, guys. If you backtest anyone that does actual analysis, you will realize the charts does the same thing over and over again. But why on earth would you buy at the euphoria stage? If TP1's up here, guys, why would you buy when you just got to wait for the cycle to come back down? All right. Very, very important for you guys to understand. This chart, when I saw this chart, it changed everything because it made me realize, like, why am I rushing if I know that it's going to come back down? Like, what comes up must come down. It's the same for this. It's the exact same for the psychology of trading, investing. What goes up must come down. What do you think is just going to go to the moon every single time? No, take your profits when you're happy with your daily amount or when it's at a support or resistance and wait until it retests and wait until it comes back round. Okay, the impact of emotions. This can cause panic selling, greed fueled by holding, or revenge buying. Unchecked emotions make traders abandon their plan. Now, I saw something as well on Instagram, right, where it said a lot of us, we get the dopamine effect from blue and making profits. What you need to change, what you need to also now do is you need to get the dopamine effect from even if you lose, but you stuck to your game plan. I'm going to say that again. When we're in blue, guys, we get a dopamine effect. It means we feel good. It's the feel good emotion. What I need you guys to start doing is even if you lose, you can still release dopamine because you stuck to your game plan. Does that make sense? But if you don't stick to your game plan, you now fall into the opposite where you're now frustrated, you're now angry, you're now depressed, you're now it doesn't work, you're now crying, you're now begging, you're now regretting. This is why people, this is why the world is the way it is today. And this is why people don't make money. 97% of people fail in the market because we failed to master ourselves. The reason why I couldn't quit this industry, guys, even when I was failing, is because if I quit on this industry, it means I've quitted on myself. It's not the company, it's not GFU, it's not anyone else I'm gonna feel sorry for. I'm gonna feel sorry for myself knowing that years down the line, when I'm not in a much better place, when people are asking me, oh, what was you doing during COVID? Or what was you during the pandemic? When everyone else got rich, what was you doing? Oh, I quit. Why? Oh, you can't blame anyone else, guys. It's you. Master your emotions, master your emotional intelligence. And this goes for the business as well. So when people say they don't want to do the business, I just know you're not emotionally intelligent because you want to be prideful and you really want to make trading work, but you don't have money to make it work. Master your emotions, guys. It's so important in life. So many people end up one mistake because of a lack of emotional intelligence can change their whole life. All right. Next, right? And I want you guys to ask yourself this question. You don't have to put it into the chat. Ask yourself these questions and be honest. Because even if you're not honest, your trading account will expose you. Your bank account will expose you. Okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how disciplined are you? And this doesn't go for trading in life. If 10, you do everything you was meant to do on the time, you wake up when you was meant to, you eat what you're meant to, you turn off your phone when you're meant to, you make calls when you was meant to, how disciplined? 10 out of 10, you're disciplined. A 1, you have no discipline, okay? Patience, how patient are you? Some of us, even just setting up our demo account, even just going through the videos, we're so impatient. On a scale of 1 to 10, right? On a 10, you're very, very patient, right? You know, you breathe and you go again. Or is it head loss? Okay. Consistency. How consistent are you in plugging into Monday mindsets? I see some of the same faces every single week, and credit where it's due. Are you consistent in showing up to the office, or are you just a impulsive, a one-time person? Right? I was speaking to someone the other day, and they said if someone does a certain amount of work, and it related to my story, I put in so much work consistently. Even if I was to stop doing what I was doing, so many people would not have a chance to catch up because I was consistent for a long period of time. How consistent are you in plugging into Jay Bonham sessions? How consistent are you in jumping on LA's sessions on Thursdays? How consistent are you in showing up even when you're not consistent in certain things? For example, you're not consistently winning in trading. I still showed up to the Zoom calls. I'm not consistently getting signups. I'm still posting. I'm consistently getting aired. I'm still messaging. How consistent are you regardless of the situation? Okay. Again, scale of 1 to 10. Detached from outcomes. How detached are you from the outcome? Guys, I'm telling you right now, when my stop loss hits, I could not give a flying monkeys whether it gets hit because I'm attached from the emotions. I know it's going to happen. It's inevitable, right? It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Are you really attached? When I speak to people in person, I'm detached from whether they say yes to the opportunity or not. Some of us we're speaking to people in the business and you're attached to this person said they're going to sign up. So this person has to sign up. This is my everything. You mean everything to me. So if you don't sign up, I don't know what I'm going to do. Right? Detach yourself from the outcome, guys. Okay? Resilient after losses. Guys, change losses in your head. I don't lose. I only take lessons. And if I continue to take lessons, unfortunately, the losses will be bigger. To make 5 figures, you got to lose 4. To make 6, you got to lose 5. To make 7, you got to lose 6, etc., etc. Are you still tough? Are you still built? Are you still that guy whether you got money or not? Ask yourself, does money make you or do you make the money? That's the gem of today. Do you make money or does money make you? Because I know whether I got money in my pocket or not, no one would ever know because it doesn't make me. So when some people say, oh, I can't do this because I haven't got money and I can't do that because I haven't got money, you're basically telling you that money makes you. So you can't go and speak to people. You can't bring people into the business because you're not making money, which means you're not significant enough to build a business. It means that I need money to feel confident. I need money to wear a suit. I was wearing suits when there was no money. I was speaking to people when there was no money. I was learning how to trade when there was no money, but you would have never known because money doesn't make me. Change your mindset, guys. I speak to some people, oh, I haven't got the money, I'm broke. Well, keep speaking like that and let's see how it goes. Okay. But all of top traders in the world, the 3%, probably less than 3% of people, they're very, very disciplined. They have huge patience. They're very consistent. They detach themselves from a win or a loss. Okay. And they're resilient after losses as well. Unfortunately, guys, if you're on this call and you keep telling yourself that you want to be a trader, but you don't have anything more than a 7 and above on every single one of those traits, just slow down a little piece. Just slow down. Take your time. You got a lot of work to do. Okay? You got a lot of work to do. It's not impossible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but give yourself time. Okay? So mindset shift. Stop trying to predict the market and start managing probabilities. You can't predict whether it'll go up or down, guys. You can't predict none of that. You're not in control. But what you can control is your risk to reward. What you can control is the lot size. Okay? What you can realize is that every 10 trades that Eric Lucas sends out, at tops, he'll lose 3 or 4. But if you stick and you manage your probabilities knowing that you'll be absolutely fine. I know some people that they have a 30% win rate. They lose 7, they win 3, and they still make a lot of money. It's not about win rate. When people are in the chat saying, oh, I'm complaining about losses, you just don't understand what game this is. It's the only game I know like it. You can't lose more in a football game and win. Like you can't concede more and win. It's not possible. You can't lose or fail in tests, in exams. We've come from an exam background where if we don't have a high win rate, it means that we're a failure. No. In this business, you can fail and still win. In fact, you have to fail to win. How about that? So if you haven't blown your account, well done. And I don't wish it upon you, but you're probably going to blow your account because you have to fail to win. It's just the game. I don't wish it upon anyone, but you have to feel and get numb to the realization that number one, money does. I did this the other day as well, guys. Right? Let me show you like something funny. Yeah. Hopefully, someone can explain this to me. Right? Hopefully, someone can explain this to me. Right. Can anyone tell me why the hell the world is in debt to 324 trillion? Can anyone tell me? Do we owe Jesus? Like who, what do you mean? How can the world be in debt 324 trillion? Money doesn't exist. Like money is a facade. We have people running around doing 60 hours a week, right? 70 hours a week, right? Doing all the most for money and it doesn't even exist. Imagine that. You're stressing because of drawdown and it doesn't even exist. It's just red screen. It's just red numbers on your phone and you've lost your mind. You've lost your marbles. I'm not going to get into the conversation of what money is, guys, but once you become emotionally intelligent to what money is, you're not going to stress about it as much. We own to the private banks and at least they owe us. It's get back season. They owe us, right? Cool, right? So, practical techniques for mental mastery. Okay. We've come with the problem. We've realized we're all emotional. We realize we're not as self-confident as possible. We've all realized that maybe I need more discipline, especially as men on this call, right? You need to become more disciplined, more emotionally intelligent, not just being triggered and you're now a hothead and you're now doing this and you're now doing that. And you made one mistake and now you have to pay the consequences. Okay. So tools to stay grounded. Journaling is very, very good when it comes to trading. Okay, you can log your trades, log your thoughts, emotions, learn from your behavior because there's a pattern. The same way when when you're teaching a dog, right? It learns from its behavior. There's a certain behavior pattern. You might have a behavior pattern. Anytime you go into drawdown, you enter another trade. You might have a behavior pattern whenever you're in red, you pull out. You might have a behavior pattern whenever you're in blue, you pull out too early. The game is to let our wins run and cut our losses short. Do you have a behavior pattern of removing your stop loss? I'm not going to mention any names. You know who you are. Do you have a behavior pattern of being greedy? You've made your money today, but you're going to, if you get, most of you guys are brand new to the industry, please, better like early than late or better from the start, build the right habits from the get-go. I had to learn to unlearn to learn again. Do it from the get-go the right way. Okay. Number two, mindfulness and meditation. Before this industry, you could have never paid me to meditate. I used to think that was for what do you call them? Emos, etc. And those type of people. Little did I know, meditation is something that everybody needs. Okay, it reduces overthinking and it helps emotional regulation, right? Hippies, etc. That's what I used to think. I used to think it was a bit like gothy and a bit weird. Little did I know, you need to be in control. Are you in control of your mind? Are your mind in control of you? I spoke about this last week. Right? So you told yourself you're not going to enter the trade again. But because you got so much going on in life, you're not even thinking logically. Okay? Routine building, very, very important, guys. Create habits around entry, exits, and reviewing. Right? When I was in my trading element, I probably trade the least right now in my career trading, but I probably make the most in trading at the moment. Right? But when I was in my trading zone and I was just trading, I was locked into trading. I had habits where after a certain amount of pips, I went to break even. After a certain amount of once it gets to TP, I take certain amount off the table. I had a whole routine around my trading journey. I'd only trade from 7 till 10 a.m. So there's no point in me looking at the charts at 11 a.m. because I'm going to enter a trade. So I used to be away from the charts from 10 a.m. till 12, right? And then from New York, from 12 till 4 is when I can now get into the New York session. But there's no point in me looking at the charts after 4 o'clock because that wasn't part of my routine. So build a habit around your current lifestyle. Visualization. Picture yourself executing trades calmly and confidently. Close your eyes. Can you visualize X amount of in your trading account? Okay. Can you visualize you being calm on a beach, entering a trade with your coconut and you're relaxed, not looking at your screen, can't blink, up all night, your eyes are hurting, you're sweating, you got one leg in out of the bed. I've been there, right? Last, breaks and rest. This is so important. There's some periods where Even if I had a bad loss, and it happens to the best traders in the world, anyone that does tells you otherwise, they're lying, right? How's this Zoom going up? We got 99, let's get 100, let's max it out, right? So I went, I think it was maybe a month, 6 weeks, where I didn't even look at a chart. Like I went for a bad run, I lost a few accounts, lost some money. I said to myself, let me have a rest. Let me just not look at the charts for a month. The best thing I ever did. And this is why people that come into this industry, not knowing these things, and say they want to become a trader. Guys, I don't call myself a trader, right? Because that month when you need to have a rest, the only reason why you won't rest is if you need money from the market. You can't afford to rest if you only trade by yourself. If trading's your only income, you can't afford to have a rest because guess what? Rent is still due, bills are still due. Trading's just something where you go into when you need to make money and then you stay away from it because psychologically you need to keep, if you just stay on the charts, guys, you're going to go insane. You're going to go insane. The amount of stories when I'm in Canary Wharf and security guards are telling me people have thrown themselves off the top of JP Morgan building. Like people are throwing themselves off Canary Wharf buildings because of the stress that comes with trading. The stress that comes with being a full-time trader, should I say. Your goal, every single person on this call, the next slide I'm going to go through is for you on this call. Okay? But when you rest, when I came back after that rest, guy, I was the most disciplined. I was so sharp with the market. I was a whole new version of myself. I saw the markets better. I was able to do a better analysis. I was able to get in and out the trade. I was able to get great entries. But the best thing to do if you're emotionally losing or you've lost is you don't need the charts. Right? When I have a death in the family, I'm not trading. I stay away from the charts. Thank God for residuals. Right? Now, if you want to study the ins and outs of the market, because for me, when I first started, I couldn't understand why I kept on losing. That was frustrating. I don't know if anyone on this call can relate, but I didn't know why I kept on losing. I wasn't getting sent trade ideas. I took a trade and I just kept on getting wicked every single time. So what I did is I said, look, let me find out why the market keeps doing this. Like what they're not obviously they're not looking at my screen for a £500 account. But let me just find out why they keep taking my stop loss. Then I found out that where most people's stop losses are is where most people's take profits are. So now my stop loss is where a take profit wouldn't be, and my take profit is where stop losses would be. Because to make money in this market, someone has to lose. So if you guys are winning and you guys are having great days in the market, please understand someone else is across the world pulling out their hair because you just took their money. That should make you feel grateful that you're not that person. If that doesn't make you feel grateful, then boy, you're just ungrateful. You're just an ungrateful person, personally. Okay, so Trading in the Zone is a great book and audio by Mark Douglas. The Day Trading Coach by Brett Steenbarger is a great book as well. All right, so if you want to just listen to some trading audios, that's fine. But the goal is, guys, right? We'll go through this first. Right, risk management as emotional management. Okay, I personally, you should only be risking 1 to 2% per trade. Okay, know your stop loss before entering. Right, use a risk to reward ratio that gives you room to be wrong and still win overall. Okay, you can lose more and still be profitable. The less you risk, guys, the less emotionally attached you are. What is your risk rules? If you don't want to risk 1 to 2%, that's fine. But just make sure whatever you're risking, you're happy doing so. Right? The less you risk, the emotion, the more. The only reason why you guys are sweating or messaging in the chat box saying, "Are we getting or getting out?" is because you've over leveraged. This is a long-term game. Unless you have a lot of capital, guys. It's a long-term game. You don't have beggars can't be choosers. You can't be trying to force this £100 account to 6 figures. It's not going to work. You can't be forcing this £500 account. Most people don't come in with more than £1,000. There's only a few people that I know that I work with. I don't know if he's on the call, Haroon, right? One guy in the team. Met him maybe a year ago. He's been maybe in the business for 10 months, right? He was able, because he has a very, very good job. He has money. He was able to overall, he put in around 7K. Within the space of 10 months, he grew that to just under 60K. That in itself is great, right? Because not many investments can allow you to grow 7K into 60K by not actually being the expert. He may know how to trade here and there, but he leverages the software, he leverages the platform, and he's now pretty much 10x his income. He now can travel his world, he can now do what he wants to do. But it's a long-term game because he had money. Some of us don't have money in this. Some of us struggle to get the money to even start, right? Which is okay. I'm not throwing shade. I'm not being patronizing. I'm not being negative. I'm just being honest because you need to understand the reality of this game. Okay. If not, you're just going to get swallowed up. All right. So develop a routine, guys. All right. Develop a routine before the market. So before you want to trade, before you jump on the markets, are you in a mental stage? Sometimes I wake up and I don't even feel like trading. Like, I actually don't feel like trading. Why do I don't want to feel, I don't want to feel trading. Okay. So I'm not going to trade. Right? Review your trading plan and levels. Okay, is there news today? Some of us don't. Forex Factory, write it down. It's a website, Forex Factory. Find out if there's news. Okay, the amount of times that I didn't check news and I was in money and I didn't know news was coming and I lost all of it. Okay, during trading, stick to the strategy, limit this distractions. Okay, use alerts instead of watching every tick. So I don't watch when I'm in a trade, guys. I don't watch it on MT5. Some of you don't even have TradingView downloaded. Some of you don't have TradingView downloaded, right? Which is incredible because that means you're just staring at your MT5, waiting for it to go in profit, right? After the market, journal wins and losses, rate your emotional control, log lessons learned. What was your lesson? Your lesson may have been that when, I don't know, 3 p.m., the market moves this way, I should have taken my. You have to experience it yourself if you really want to actually make money in the market long term. Most of you, you don't have to do this because you're not here to become a trader. That's fine. There's how many of us on this call? There's 98 of us on this call. I would personally say only 8 of you are here to genuinely learn this skill set for life. The rest of you want to make money. No rights, no wrong, no better, no worse. Just be honest with yourself, with yourself. If you realize you're not disciplined, you're not consistent, you're not any of them, just slow down, right? Steady on the brakes. Cool. The game plan. This is for the 90 of you. Okay, so the 8 of you, most of what I just went through makes sense. The 90 of you, this is what you need to do. And this is what I want you to start doing. Trading is a long-term game. You guys need money now. If trading's a long-term game and you need money now, this is why you're greedy. This is why you're over leveraging. This is why you're doing what you shouldn't be doing because you're trying to make money now because you need money now, which is fine. We have a solution, okay, that doesn't require money. But what I want to, a rule I want to start giving to you guys, because I'm sick and tired of some people just ringing me or half the people ringing me and they made money, then the next day they lose it. And then the next they don't withdraw and then you're just wasting your time. You're here to make money. My job is to help you make money. Okay. Whatever you deposit, withdraw 10 times that before you decide to compound your account. How many of you have been shown a compounddaily.org sheet and how many of you has stuck to it? Drop a 1 if you have consistently stuck to your compounddaily.org sheet every single day and do not lie. Do not lie. Exactly what I thought. Which means you lot are trying to get money now. So what you need to do, right? What you need to do, guys, is you need to withdraw every single money you get from any bit of money you get from the day, withdraw it. Do you see how I now look at trading, right? I have a few accounts, but I have one fun account. If I'm going to spend money that day, if I need money for that day, or if I need money for something, I just make that money and I bounce. If I'm in the airport, I say to myself, how much was my flight? It was £200. Let me go on the charts. Make my £200, withdraw it. My flight is free. That's how you need to look at things, right? I had a call with someone today, right? She had £100 account. She grew it to £140. I said to her, cool. How much is your phone bill? £35. Withdraw £35, pay your bill. You've now got a result. You've now built your belief. You've now just made money to pay your bill. You now have an extra £35. Some of you are trying to get rich off your small accounts. It is not going to work. Forget it. It's not going to work. Whatever you want to make, whatever you make that day, withdraw it. Become some of you lot, I wrote it here. Some of you lot are professional sorry, depositors. Right? Some of you are professional depositors. You know exactly how to deposit. You know every pattern how to deposit money. You don't even know how to withdraw. You're professional depositors, not withdrawers. You've never withdrawn. You don't know how to withdraw. You don't withdraw. You can't spell it. Like you're professional depositors. Change that, guys. Okay. So what I say to people, if someone starts with £100 account, your goal is to withdraw at least £1,000 account before you decide to compound. So if you have £100 account and you make whatever it is you make, withdraw it that day. I want you guys withdrawing daily. I want you guys withdrawing daily because the amount of times someone makes a lot of money and we tell you, why do you think I'm always saying withdraw in the chat, guys? Because you're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. You may as well be on a demo. I've never felt bad withdrawing money and blowing my account. Like what I'll do is I'll put in £200, £300, £500 account, whatever it may be. I'll make whatever I want to make, and I couldn't care what happens. Friday is payday for people that build the business. If you want to become an affiliate, we get paid every single Friday in our sleep. Trading, you can withdraw every single day in trading. Right? If you have £250 in your account, drip back 2,500 before you think about compounding, because not many people have the discipline, the patience, the consistency, all of those traits. None of you have those traits to compound a £250 account yet. Just be honest with yourself. Else you guys would have put one in the chat. If you was consistent, discipline, you would have had to put a one in the chat. We just tell you that as a disclaimer, so you can't say we didn't tell you. But I'm giving you a new game plan now. £500 in your account. Withdraw whatever you can until you get 5K out. Now you're 5K in profit from trading. Now you can compound your account. By this point, you're probably drawing the business. You're probably growing the business at this point. Okay. Change your mindset from getting rich from Forex and look at it as paying things daily. Forex is not an income. Trading is not an income. When I was just trading and I tried to get property, they said you may as well be on the streets at this point making illegal money because it's not an income, which means 1 month you make 20K, the next month you lose 10. 1 month you make £1,000, the next month you lose 6. It's not an income. What you need to look at this as is something that pays your bills, or it can pay your day-to-day living. If I want to pay a cab, if I want to get a cab and the cab's £50, okay, cool. Let me just go on trading, make a quick £50, boom, withdraw it, pay my Uber. It's so much more fun. It's so much more it's so much less stress-free when you can just pay yourself, whether it be your rent, your mortgage, you're traveling, right? Dante, I don't know if he's on this call, right? Dante has been able to go to St. Lucia. He's on the call, right? We spoke earlier. He's been withdrawing his money all the time. He's now going St. Lucia with his profits, right? But some of us are just growing our accounts and we're losing it. It's a waste of time. Okay? So what I would say is, look, what you need to look at is the big picture, right? Look at the bigger picture. £20 a day, guys. If you withdraw, just make how easy. Drop a 2 in the chat if you think it's kind of easy to make £20 with the trades and the scanners that we have in our on the platform. Drop a 2 if you think it's pretty easy to go on the scanner, take Eric Lucas's trade, take my trades, take Toyosi's trades, and make £20. Like that's piss easy. £20 a day, guys, is £600 a month. That's a lot of money. Like that's a lot of money, guys. An extra £600 on your salary. What's that? 6 times 12. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, right? That's an extra 7 grand on top of your salary just by doing £20 a day. Okay. And even if you did it in 2 trades, you said, you know what, I'm going to risk £10 on this trade and I'm going to hit it at TP1. Normally, TP1 is what? A 1-to-1 risk to reward. So if you're risking £10, you're going to make £10. That could be your goal. Okay. If you have a little bigger account and you say, you know what, I'm going to make £50 a day, which is an extra 1,500 a month. Some of you guys work 70 hours, 60, 40 hours for 1,500 a month. You know what? I'm going to do this in 2 trades. I'm going to risk £25 per one trade. I'm going to set it at TP1. I'm going to do this twice in all the trades we get in a day, all the scanner ideas we get in a day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make £25 per trade. I'm going to make £50 a day. That's an extra 1,500 a month on top of your salary. £100 a day. This is the good level. This is the Archie levels, right? Well, you're making now £100 a day. That's an extra 3 bags a month. Most people don't earn that. Most people don't earn 3 grand a month. If you do £25 per trade as well and take 4 trades in your day, TP1, withdraw that £100. By the end of the month, you just now withdrawn £3,000. Now you have belief. Now you have results. Now you can build the business, which is an income which will get you out of your job, which most of you don't want to be in. Can you see how the system works? It's so simple, but we overcomplicate it because we get in our way and we want to do it our way. I want to keep growing my account. Josh told us to withdraw. Sammy told us to withdraw. Melando told us to withdraw. But I'm going to go and put another trade in. That one trade you take, you lose all your money. Well done, bro. I hope you're proud of yourself. Right? £200 a day. This is the big boy level. You're making 6K a month. Most people have never earned that in their life. I'm going to risk £40 a trade. I'm going to take 4 trades, 5 trades. I'm going to set it at TP1 every single time. And even if you don't want to withdraw it straight away, guys, but I would suggest doing so because I've never felt bad by withdrawing. I've always felt bad by not withdrawing. I've never felt bad by making like withdrawing money and paying money. I've always felt bad by having the money and never withdrawing it. Okay? Create another trading account if you want. Go on your Quo, do an internal transfer, withdraw your profit straight away. If you want to continue, that's fine. At least you withdrew some money. It's not into your bank, it's not into your crypto, right? But at least you got it in another trading account. Okay? Just to go about the banking system, guys, I want you guys having a crypto portfolio. Like I've been plugging into, has anyone dropped a two if you've been plugging into Curtis Cobain? Anyone been plugging into Curtis Cobain? Is it just me? Right? Curtis Cobain, guys, he's our crypto educator. He is such a geek, such a nerd when it comes to crypto, right? He'll help you set up your crypto portfolio. I put up something on my story. Crypto, it's been like established. It's facts. Crypto is more safe than banks. Crypto, the one that your mum and your dad told you it's not going to work, the one that the cabman says it's not going to work. Crypto is safer than banks. By the time you withdrawn this, by the time you do a bank withdrawal, 1 to 3 days, you've blown your account. You now have to deposit what you've just withdrawn with with what you just deposited, right? It takes 1 to 3 days to I'll show you how to plug into him, right? He's one of the best educators personally that I enjoy, right? Uh, he will show you how to set up your trading account. Your crypto portfolio. He teaches you about like where to keep it, how to keep it safe. He taught myself and Aaron and the guys many years back, right? But he's in our platform now. So you come to home. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah. So you come to crypto. You've got all of these guys here. Daniel Lopez, he was the one who showed us that account the other day, right? Couple mil. Nick Gomez, absolute GOAT, and then Curtis Cobain. So portfolio watch, right? He tells you how to look after your portfolio, what to put in your portfolio, how where to keep your crypto, how to look after your crypto. So all of this money we're making in trading, guys, where do you think it's going? Right? This is getting recorded, but you get what I'm trying to say. Curtis Cobain, click on it here. Recorded sessions, portfolio watch. Plug into him, plug into the system, right? As I said, guys, 97% of people, just to finish off, 97% of people, right, fail mainly because of lack of capital. That is the main objective. Back in the day, guys, our parents, our grandparents, if you wanted to trade in these markets, you had to have at least 1 million in capital, liquid. Brokers only kind of recent where they allow us to come in with £50. The entry level is so like low, which is great. But if people are not taught this, if people don't know this, I guarantee you guys know more people that have failed in trading than successful from trading. Why do you think that is? You know your uncle, your cousin, your godmother. your brethren that you went to school with, and his girlfriend also trades, and everybody knows a trader, but none of them actually make money in trading, and it didn't work for them. It's not because trading doesn't work. You guys seen that it works. It's because they don't understand the psychological
There
side
we
to it,
go. Now we got action.
right? I think I
Alright,
just put on Curtis.
alright. Let me go.
Yep, I did. Right? 97% of people fail in trading. The goal is not to become a trader, guys. The goal is to make money. You guys are not here to become traders. Be honest with yourself, all right? You're not on it. You're not on the hours, okay? We are not programmed to win in this industry. Less than 1% of people as well, just to start this as well, just to nip this in the bud. Less than 1% of people get paid out from funded accounts. Guys, if you have not been trading for more than a year, don't bother buying a funded account. You're not that guy. I'm sorry. You're not that guy. Even if you do start it, it's the golden carrot. All these funded accounts, guys, is golden carrot syndrome. Here's the golden carrot. I'm gonna tell you you can pay £300, £500, get a 100K account, and you're gonna get a payout, and then your life's gonna change. I bit the carrot for years. Failed, 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 failed. Thousands of pounds. Failed, failed, failed. If you don't have any of them traits, if you're not a 10, if you're not at least an 8 plus on that scale that I spoke about, don't waste your money. And even so, you won't get paid out for 3 months anyway. So if you're happy and you're in a financial situation to not get paid for 3 months, crack on. Do as you want. And if you can't hear, after everything I'm saying today, if you cannot hear, you will feel. Just make sure when you feel, you actually still got the backbone to continue doing what you're doing, or you're gonna throw in the towel and go back to your job, which you don't want to do anyway. Guys, in this organization, with this plan, with this blueprint, we build to trade, not to trade to build. I want to make that very, very clear. We build to trade. We build the business so we can have more money to trade with. We have more freedom. We have more choice. We have more residual income. We don't trade to now want to build. Oh, I want to make money before I can tell someone to build the business. I want to make a certain amount of money. It's not going to work that way. This is the blueprint. This is what we're doing. This is how people have results. Follow the game plan, guys. Follow the blueprint, or else we cannot help you. We can't help you. We can only do so much. All right. I've got to the stage where like I'm sure you guys understand that we're genuine when it comes to actually wanting to see other people win. Right? These calls, these Zoom calls we have, no one pays us, but we are at the stage where we're addicted to serving. We're addicted to helping people get to the next level. All right. So to finish off, guys, what I want to do is I just want to show you guys something as well that we have. We've created a survey that I want you guys, Sammy, if you can just send it into the WhatsApp chat. We've created a survey that I want every single one of you to participate in. All right, I can stop this recording.